How exactly do you follow that? That's pretty amazing stuff. I'd just like to take a second and acknowledge the four participants in the various debates and Dr. Kadri. It takes guts to stand up and express a view that you may not even entirely agree with, but they did it for the benefit of getting us thinking, and I think they really succeeded, so that's great stuff. If I can get my panel up here, maybe we can get going. Oh, there's Mike. I guess what we will do, first of all, is turn to a subject that I consider one of the most important subjects that we're going to be dealing with today, and that's me. So before we do that, I'm going to ask you to answer the following question. Hayden, can you hit the first question, please? Okay, so the question is, who here has heard of 23andme.com? Go ahead and vote, please. Okay, all right. The subject of genomics came up, I guess, during the first session, not something that we tend to talk about a lot during these meetings. So let me clue you in. 23andMe, I guess, was first mentioned at this conference a couple of years ago. It's a service based in Palo Alto, California, that decodes your DNA and provides you with a comprehensive report. You spit in a tube and you mail it down to Palo Alto, and they put the information up on the internet. When we mentioned this 2 years ago, I think the price had just come down from $2,900. The price point was $900. This morning it's $200, and it continues to fall. So seeing that the price had dropped to $200, and seeing that I mentioned this a couple of years ago, I thought I'd take the opportunity to, as they say somewhere, know thyself. So I entered into this. And can we get the next slide? There we are. Okay, so what you're looking at is my DNA. So this is probably going to be a trend here at the National Pharma Congress next year. Instead of introducing the faculty, we'll just put their DNA into the conference bag, and you'll know all about them. Before ordering the report, for example, I mean, it's a long report, I got to tell you. One of the things that I had no idea was that I was related to Warren Buffett, or better yet, Jimmy Buffett, along with Jesse James, that's the outlaw, not the reality TV guy, and Bono. I had no idea that my ancestors came from Doggerland, which apparently is an ancient land that was flooded somewhere in the North Sea. Go figure. You know, my wife's been calling me dog for years, but she must have known something. Okay, so the question is, why am I sharing this? You may be wondering. For $200, this is part of what I've gotten. It's a basis to predict how my body's going to respond to different drugs. I think there's about 200 drugs that they've calculated responses to. As you can see, for me, Plavix efficiency is going to be typical. I'm likely more sensitive than the rest of you to Coumadin on average. And interestingly, I'm no more likely to become a heroin addict than anyone else in this audience. So that will come as a surprise to my high school guidance counselor. This is a lot to take in. I mean, it's a huge report, and the website is called 23andme.com. You really do need to check it out. But I think the question we're going to have to ask ourselves is, what does this all mean to drug marketers? You know, we're used to doing things on a mass basis, and I mean, targeting and specialization is something that we know about. But this is a different thing altogether. And Hayden, if we could have the second question, please. Okay, so go ahead and vote on this one. The question is, in the genomics arena, do you think we're too far behind to catch up at this point? Okay, well, that's encouraging. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be positive about going forward. This is obviously the age of what if, and I mean, you could ask yourself, what if the provinces used their health infoway money from the federal government to pay for a DNA scan of everyone in the province, as opposed to spending it on consultants? But that's perhaps a sensitive issue. Hayden, the next question, please. While you're pondering that one, we can answer the third question. And that's, who exactly does the pharmaceutical industry work for? Go ahead and vote, please. Well, I compliment you on what I think is a truthful set of answers. With that, I'm going to introduce someone who works most weekends. That's Pat Forsyth.